Hello and welcome to this year's first live streaming from Sobirov's law firm. My name is Rahmat Sobirov and it's been a pleasure to serve you for the last several years through online media like this. Today we will be talking about 2025. It's been a crazy year last year and I wish you this year to be a very prosperous, peaceful and predictable. So we'll do our best to make it happen. I'm all alone in this studio and we are broadcasting live, streaming live. So if there are any technical difficulties or miscommunication, please forgive us because I'm trying to do several things at the same time. So let's start with our quick disclaimer and welcome back to the new year.
Just a quick reminder before we start. Please know that whatever you hear in these live sessions or any content you see on social media by Sobirov's law firm is general information only and not legal advice. While we may use certain real-life scenarios or legal cases for learning purposes, it is important to remember that this does not constitute a legal opinion. For personalized legal advice, please consult with your lawyer or hire a Canadian immigration lawyer. Now, let's get back to our show.
So today's topic is about, of course, immigration, but how to be ready for 2025. As the year has started, we've seen a lot of dramatic changes south of the border, within Canada. Even before the end of last year, we had a lot of turbulences, to say the least. And we will analyze those today. We will take it slowly and easily. Usually in our live sessions, we answer your questions in the second part of our live session. So let me double check all our streaming software because people are joining and we will start. Get your questions ready in a moment of this live session. So everything seems to be in order, but you can comment, leave your questions, even if you're not watching this live. So we will leave the comment sections every hour. We look into the comment section and answer your questions. Okay, first things first, what had happened with temporary resident adjustments? So there was a plan by Canadian government that there will be almost 500,000 people coming in, but then suddenly there was a U-turn, and Canada, although it's been a very welcoming country for the many decades, but now it is still a top destination for business immigration, but there are certain adjustments to the overall plan. Between 2025 to 2027, things will be a little bit different. So this presentation focuses on key updates from the business immigration perspective, not necessarily personal immigration perspective, but we cannot ignore personal immigration. The overall plan affects both personal and business immigration aspects. So policy shift has occurred. Recent changes address critical challenges such as housing and infrastructure, resources constraints, which could impact business immigration, I would say indirectly, okay? Indirectly it could affect. So how to get ready? Every slide that I will give you today will have 2 or 3 tips on how to get ready for 2025. And in this slide, as a general comment about the decrease in numbers, I can say that research Canada's business immigration pathways if you are an entrepreneur, such as startup visa program, provincial nominee programs, for example, rural provincial nominee programs, and entrepreneur work permits on a federal level. Things have changed, things have become more challenging, but these pathways are still reliable pathways, first temporarily, and some of them like startup visa program or provincial nominee programs, they are geared towards bringing you permanently to Canada. Develop a comprehensive business plan aligned with regional, and I underline the word regional economic needs, and showcase how your business will contribute to local economy and local growth. So overall, this is the message I want to leave with today. But in terms of revised targets, now let's come to the numbers. In terms of revised targets for 25-27, the overall reduction is about 20%. So previously we were getting around 485,000 permanent residents in Canada per year. But now we will be getting less than that, 100,000, almost 90,000, 100,000 less than that, 395,000 in 25, gradually decreasing all the way to 365,000 by 2027. This impacts the number of available spots for business immigrants. So not necessarily targeting business immigration, but overall reduction affects business immigrants as well, especially those who are seeking permanent residence. Impact on business immigration applicants may face increased competition for limited spots under programs such as PNP entrepreneur streams. Almost all provincial nominee programs are available for entrepreneurs, and such programs as startup visa programs. We already have seen the reduction of startup visa letters of support per designated organization, and now it's becoming more and more challenging. So, how to get ready? Strengthen your business proposal to highlight job creation. That's been a topic of concern because unemployment is rising in Canada. Economic contribution to localities where you are trying to do business, and alignment with local priorities. Every province has different priorities. Your business proposal should align with those priorities. Explore pathways through less competitive provinces or rural regions offering incentives for entrepreneurs. So that's a key focus for those business immigrants that are out there. Caps on temporary programs. That's been, again, restrictions on temporary foreign worker programs and other categories will impact business immigration applicants relying on temporary work permits. So again, remember we had a pathway when you could come to Canada temporarily first and then switch to permanent residence. Not anymore. There are distinct two groups now: temporary resident, the residents who want to come temporarily, and permanent residents. And I mentioned those pathways for PR as being provincial nominee programs, also the startup visa program. Excuse me. Impact. Business immigrants seeking to establish operations before transitioning to permanent residency may need to navigate stricter temporary work permit requirements. Even with the PNP, you will obtain under PNP, you will obtain a work permit. You will perform for a certain amount of time and then switch to PR. So you need to be ready for those more restrictive requirements going forward. How to get ready? Prepare detailed documentation demonstrating the economic benefits of your business to local markets. This is a repetitive advice across my presentation. Only use authorized service providers. Why this is important? We've seen a lot of misrepresentation cases in the last quarter of 2024. Thousands of people were misrepresenting. How? When they are using unauthorized agents, but yet they are claiming that they are submitting on their own those applications, that's a misrepresentation in itself. Because when you are using unauthorized agent, but yet you are declaring that nobody helped you in your application, that's a misrepresentation. Plus, after refusal, you will get a ban for misrepresenting the information, not giving full information about your application. So, and if you are an international student, go with reputable universities and colleges. Don't give the IRCC a good reason to refuse your application. So even using unauthorized agent is a good reason, a good enough reason to deny you and then put a ban on you on future applications. Canadian companies, if you are relying on foreign workers, establish a long-term diversified recruitment channel. So not challenge, but channel, because your heavy reliance on foreign workers doesn't work in your advantage. So you need to have a diversified pool of workers, including locals and internationals, for your company. Reduce your dependence on foreign labor. That has been the message of Canadian government, telling that you need to reduce your reliance on foreign workers. Otherwise, it will be a problematic approach. Now, official policy rationale. Why this is happening, and why in New Year we are discussing this together with you. Look at the numbers. Yesterday I pulled up the numbers. Provinces are growing. Some are growing faster than others. For example, Ontario has reached 16 million people, while Quebec is 9 million, second largest province in terms of population. You need to see where the growth is and try to go to places where they are more desperate to have immigrants, okay? And the population of Canada has been rising steadily. It is at 41.5 at the moment. And, you know, it's been a concern for government and the population in general. Canada's immigration changes focus on stabilizing housing markets and reducing pressure on healthcare and other services indirectly affecting business immigrants' settlements plans. So impact would be business immigrants must consider how resource availability and public sentiment may influence government priorities and regional opportunities. So there is a lot of debate between provinces and federal government about reduction in PNP nominations. So you have to go to the smaller provinces, more rural locations, to create allies to support your business proposal overall as a business immigrant. So how to get ready? Target regions with a demonstrated need for economic investment and where housing and infrastructure are better prepared for newcomers. It's tough to say that because across Canada we are seeing housing crisis, but it's now improving a little bit. Housing affordability, prices are going down, rentals are going down. But overall, across Canada, there are many rural and regional communities where you can do great businesses. Showcase how your business plan includes solutions for resource challenges, such as creating housing or offering community-focused services. So in your business plan, target those areas. Impact on business investors. Overall, new requirements are implemented at the moment. IRCC is more demanding about business plan, genuineness of your intentions, and so on. Provinces may introduce going forward stricter criteria for business investors to align with their local economic goals, including prioritizing rural or underserved regions of that province. Impact: business immigrants may need to provide stronger evidence of their investment's potential to create jobs and contribute to regional development. How to get ready? Design your business plan accordingly to align with local development priorities such as innovation, job creation, manufacturing, rural investment, and so on, because Canadian population is aging fast. 9 million people will be retiring this year. You may want to focus on those challenges and present a business plan that fits those local economic needs. Connect with provincial officials and economic development agencies or offices to identify high priority sectors. Take your time to do the research before you implement or propose your plan. Visit Canada. Try to visit Canada. See it for yourself. Don't rush in terms of immigration. Come see the provinces, and we can help with exploratory visits, organizing exploratory visits for you too. Now, economic considerations. Balancing the changes, Canada made those changes, revised targets, focusing on balancing economic growth with public resource capacity and also political sentiments of Canadians, which may limit opportunities for business immigration in high demand areas. BC, metropolitan BC, metropolitan Ontario, and even Calgary and Edmonton are high demand areas. Now, you want to see other parts of Canada. Canada doesn't only consist of metropolitan areas. There are a lot of opportunities outside of big cities, and you should consider that seriously. Even from economic perspective, it's easier and less expensive to do business there. To secure permanent pathways to permanent residency, business immigrants need to position their investment as essential to Canada's local economic development. Again, local economic development has been the subject that was pushed by IRCC with respect to C11, significant benefit work permit, and all other work permits that we were dealing in previous, I don't know, 2-3 years. Now it is more actual in terms of your successful pathway to permanent residency. Identify how to get ready for that, economic considerations. Identify sectors with existing shortages or critical needs, such as technology, renewable energy, or healthcare, and try to do business in those areas. Collaborate with local businesses or industry associations to strengthen your application and demonstrate community integration. So you cannot, out of the blue, propose a plan without on-the-ground support. So talk to business associations, talk to local authorities, and identify needs. For example, when we went with our clients to Alberta, local communities were telling us what they need in their community. For example, one of them told us that they need indoor playground in their communities. Why? Because people are moving outside of cities to rural communities. There are young families, and during the winter, Alberta is cold. They need indoor playground. Outdoor playgrounds are there during summer, but during winter they don't have those facilities. So this could be one way to coordinate your business plan with local authorities. And public sentiments. Of course, we are in the age of internet. Public sentiment is very strong. We are in the year of elections. I would say US elections are over, thanks God. Now it's time for Canada. Today, I think provincial elections have started. The campaign has started in Ontario. This year we will have our own elections, and public sentiment is unfortunately a very important and sensitive topic for our politicians. Shifting opinions on immigration. Yes, there are concerns about immigration levels that have influenced policies. I don't think it's a correct way to resolve the issues, but anyways, politicians are politicians. Potentially that impacts business immigration as well. Fewer spots are left now. Impact programs may prioritize applicants who address local economic challenges. Again, federal government, provincial governments, they have different priorities sometimes. So go with the local governments and align with them when it comes to your business plan. Highlight your business's potential to address public concerns, such as boosting local employment and addressing infrastructure needs. Although public sentiments now are growing against immigration, whether you like it or not, Canada needs immigrants, needs younger generation to take over gradually. Yes, today with economic hardships, people are saying something against immigration, but whether, as I said, it's a necessary thing to have in Canada, that local communities, they understand. However, the policy is driven by provincial and federal governments. We need to align ourselves, regardless of public sentiments, that Canada needs people, needs new blood in a way. That's why we make your plans accordingly. Don't pay attention to public sentiments. Just try to address those concerns, make a strong case, and you will be successful. Engage with local stakeholders, as I said, to build credibility and community support. Now, the future outlook. The future is, as I said, unpredictable. Today, we are saying something that may not be correct in a month or so. If Liberal government will lose the upcoming elections, we will see how things will be. But at the moment, future focus is on regional development. Canada's long-term strategy encourages business investment in rural and underserved areas, reducing pressure on major cities. That will be the priority of any government, whether Liberal or Conservative or NDP. Business immigrants may find greater opportunities in provinces such as Alberta, Nova Scotia, British Columbia, and Manitoba. Take a serious look at them. Explore business immigration pathways tied to regional development, not necessarily all across Canada. Focus on one community and do your business accordingly. For example, rural entrepreneur streams in Alberta or the Atlantic immigration programs. They all have such pathways to permanent residency. Develop a relocation plan tailored to rural areas, emphasizing how your business will integrate and thrive in the local community. That's the message. Again, considerations going forward. Elections in the US are over. We don't know how President Trump's immigration policy will affect Canada. Perhaps in spring or summer, people will start moving towards Canada en masse. We'll see. And possibly early elections in Canada in the next couple of months. We probably will have more certainty on that. But this year, it's scheduled in October 2025. This year will be full of uncertainties, but your strategy should take into account this future considerations. And two-step process across the board. You can see now it's not a one step to permanent residency. It will be a two-step process. So take into account many opportunities. In tough times, don't lose hope, focus and act now. While others are in the wait and see mode, you should be acting and making small steps towards your business immigration in Canada. We can help you. We understand your needs. We understand your priorities. We listen to you. We have solutions, and whether they fit or not, we will discuss in more detail on one-on-one basis. Right strategy and patience is very, very important in Canadian immigration. There is a backlog. There are political sentiments. There are many other reasons that pull you down, but with the right strategy, you can succeed. Immigration is on us. You should focus on your business and your family's well-being while we take care of your immigration. If you have any questions, thank you for your attention. These are our coordinates. Talk to us. Let's discuss. And if you have any questions today, I can see that there are some participants today, but no questions. Perhaps if you leave your questions underneath this video, wherever you're watching it, I promise we will get back to those questions. Whether it's YouTube, Facebook, or LinkedIn, let us know. Send us an email. We will do our best to respond. And I think I will wait for a couple of minutes for questions. If there are no questions, we will say goodbye. Let me see. Yeah, I think we will take a quick break and we'll come back to see if there are any questions.
Are you constantly on the move, managing your business, and looking for a convenient way to stay informed about expanding your business to Canada? Look no further. Introducing Speaking of Canada, the podcast that keeps you in the loop on all things related to Canadian business immigration, delivering the latest news and valuable tips and captivating interviews, no matter how busy your schedule gets. Speaking of Canada has got you covered.
All right, I think that's all for today, and we will be coming back again every second week. So be patient. We are warming up for the year, and there will be a lot of questions going forward. Thank you very much. Have a great day. Bye-bye now.